We're here in this dressing room. Matt Calvert talking. We'll get over and get some words from Matt here tonight.
Yeah, started off. I took a penalty, up 2-0, and then we had a few after that. And it's unacceptable. You have a game like that in your home barn, and you give them 3 goals in the last 10 minutes or whatever it was. It's just we need to play a full 60, and it's unacceptable.
Matt, I think you personified some of the effort tonight with the way you were going after everything and sacrificing the body in a lot of instances, and it wasn't enough tonight. What else is there? What else was missing maybe?
I think it's just coming together as a team. You try to do what you do best and play to your strengths, and obviously play your game out there, and that's all you can really control. And after that, you got to play for your teammates, and they got to play for you. So I think that's something we're gonna come back to work tomorrow. And it's a tough one to swallow right now. It's not a way you want to lose a game, but we got to get back to work, and we still got to think about moving north. And
creating opportunities. I think tonight it was 16 or 17 shots on goal. Again, another low number. How do you improve that?
Being hungry, winning battles. In the second period, we got caught in our zone quite a bit, and didn't play too much with the puck in their zone. And easiest way to play defense is to play offense, and that's something we haven't done the last few games. And I've got to go back to the drawing board tomorrow and figure it out.
Matt, how tough were those penalties? Because even like the one that you took, you had your stick held right before that. You're trying to pull your stick free. There's no holding the stick call, and then it comes back. You get called for slashing right after that. Not using it as an excuse, but as that kind of stuff goes on, does it get more frustrating?
It does, but that's the stuff you can't let into the game is frustration. You get one goal scored against you, it's a 2-1 game. You just go out there and play again. We got a 1-goal lead in our barn, got one of the best goalies in the league, so we should feel confident there. But we hung him out to dry tonight. He was great when we needed him to be, and if you keep giving a power play a chance, you're going to find a way to score, and they did that tonight.
Matt, thanks. Matt Calvert talking to us here tonight. Brandon Dubinsky is talking. Let's see if we can crack the group here, maybe get something out of this. Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. Let's try to get in there and hear from Brandon.
You know what, the call before that, it's a face-off in our own zone, 11 seconds left. I got to win the draw too. So I'm not really interested in talking about anybody else besides myself. I got to step up my game and be better for this team.
Tough type of loss to recover from. You guys got to come right back and play the Rangers. What needs to happen here to have this thing turned around?
Just going to come to work tomorrow and be ready to go.
Brandon Dubinsky with a couple of quick comments after tonight's loss to the Montreal Canadiens, 3-2. Scott Hartnell is over here talking as well. Everybody making their way that direction. So let's see what Scott has to say.
5-2, the last two, just to have it and let it get away in the third.
It does sting. It hurts because we were in control. We scored that power play goal, and I don't think we took the foot off the gas. We just were careless with sticks. We were careless with the wrong side of puck battles, everything like that. And I probably would have bet a lot of money that we weren't going to lose that game in regulation, but you could sense that the ice was tilted there, especially the power plays they got or whatever, and it does hurt.
The penalties were 7-8-2 tonight. Any issues with the way the game was whistled? Sometimes it's that way. But.
Well, I think we only had one power play, but it was, some of the calls are definitely calls. Calvert breaks a guy's stick. Bull's stick comes up and the guy twists his neck, almost breaks his own neck because he embellished so hard, and they call that stuff and whatever. We're looking for excuses. That's what losing teams do. You can't blame the refs, even though you want to. But it's frustrating. It'll be tough to sleep tonight, that's for sure.
Scott, you told me in the intermission that you thought you were defending too much and needed to play a little bit more in your end. Did that continue in the third? Did you feel like you kept enough pressure on in their zone?
Well, I thought we had some chances. I thought, Wenberg's line played really well tonight. They were getting chances. I thought we had some sustained time, I think, overall. But, we got to work on that. We got to have more possession time, more zone time, and stop playing.
Scott Hartnell talking tonight after this loss. Blue Jackets fall to the Montreal Canadiens 3-2. All three goals by Montreal scored in the third period of this game, erasing a 2-0 lead that the Blue Jackets had. So that's now 3 straight games the Blue Jackets have dropped, and they've got one more here at home before the All-Star break, and that's going to be on Friday night against the New York Rangers. Stay tuned, much more as we continue at BlueJackets.com and on the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets radio network.
Jackets ticket is verified by Ticketmaster. This is how the NHL does it. You don't get somebody's old ticket, but a new one reissued just for you. Don't get burned by ticket fraud. Buy or sell at NHL.com/ticket exchange.
He shoots. He scores!
NHL Ticket Exchange is a trademark of the National Hockey League.
Like tailgating, stock car racing, and the blues, Yuengling is purely American. Like neighborhood hardware stores and local diners, Yuengling is a family business. Yuengling is like a lot of things, but our lager is unlike anything else. A true American lager, purely independent in a way that's hard to find these days. Think about it. We've survived for 185 years by making darn good beer. Yuengling Lager, from America's oldest brewery. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
I love my coffee. And sure, I can get it anywhere, but I don't want that coffee. I want great tasting coffee. So I go to the guys who care about coffee as much as I do. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Coffee experts who source and roast their own beans and serve it the way I like it. And they have a delicious new dark roast with a rich, full flavor and a smooth finish. Just one more thing to love. And now, buy 6 medium or larger brewed coffees, get the next one free. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting food, amazing coffee.
See participating U.S. restaurants for details.
Do you know a hockey mom who deserves to be this year's Marzetti Youth Hockey Mom of the Year? We want to know. Visit BlueJackets.com/HockeyMom and tell us why. It's easy to nominate a hockey mom, whether it's to thank her for all of those early morning rides to the rink, delicious dinners after a long practice, or for always being your #1 supporter. Anyone can nominate an outstanding hockey mom. Help Marzetti find this year's Marzetti Youth Hockey Mom of the Year and thank your mom today at BlueJackets.com/HockeyMom.
Here's a AAA hard driving day update. Cold weather like this can put a real strain on your battery. AAA members can get a factory-approved replacement battery installed right in their own driveway. If you're not a member, go to AAA.com to join right away. AAA, the card of the American driver. Here's a AAA hard driving day update. With AAA, you don't have to worry about what happens if you slide off the road in snowy weather like this. Because with one phone call, AAA roadside assistance is on its way. To become a member, go to AAA.com. AAA, the card of the American driver.
The 2015 NHL All-Star Weekend is almost here, and there are plenty of activities for the whole family to enjoy at the All-Star Winter Park, presented by Worthington Industries. This winter celebration across from Nationwide Arena includes the Scotts Miracle Grow Community Rink, Snow Slide, presented by Huntington, the Dispatch Media Group Hockey House, and Kid Zone, featuring a Blue Jackets replica locker room presented by AEP. For more information, visit BlueJackets.com/All-Star.
Stay organized and be ready to tackle any game day purchase decisions with Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. The Money Bar feature lets you move your money with a simple slide. The Calendar feature helps you track your spending, like bills, rent, and of course nachos. Visit PNCVirtualWallet.com for details. PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. PNC Bank is a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
10 seconds till music. 5 seconds, stand by. And you guys are live.
Blue Jackets fall to the Montreal Canadiens tonight, 3-2, the final score here at Nationwide Arena. Blue Jackets have now lost 3 straight games. They've got one more here at home before they head out on the road, leading into the All-Star break. But what you heard from the players is you heard that level of disappointment. This is a game that they felt that they were in control of, and indeed they were. They were up 2-0 in the third period. They will also say that one of the cliches in hockey is a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey, but the Montreal Canadiens came back. They found a way. They took advantage of their power play chances, and they made it work. I think what Brandon Dubinsky said in the very short number of comments that he made in there, he was absolutely right about one thing, and that was that draw inside of his own zone. There were 10 seconds left in that power play. If he wins the faceoff, they have a good chance to control what goes on in those 10 seconds. And maybe get the puck out of the zone, but at least you're burning up 3 or 4 seconds. You're taking away another pass or two from Montreal. The minute you lose that faceoff, you're kind of at their mercy, and you're giving them that time. And a team like that, they took advantage of those seconds. It took 6 seconds out of the 10 to put it to PK Subban. And again, the heavy shot that he has, he just put it right off the body of Sergei Bobrovsky and in. Right now, head coach Todd Richards stepping to the podium in the media room. Let's listen in.
Todd, you've imploded a few times in the third period. This has to be tougher than the 5-2 losses. Can you just talk about how this slid away after two
it's
and a half pretty good periods?
It's penalties. You take 3, 2 of them in the offensive zone. Last one with 5 minutes to go in the game. Penalties.
The players that we talked to in the room really felt like they squandered the opportunity that Bob gave them earlier in the game. How does it make you feel when the team takes that many penalties late in the game to blow a lead and blow a win like that, or a potential win?
I think it makes everyone feel the same way. You have, some guys putting it on the line, blocking shots. You have a goaltender who's battling. You see the desperation in our defense because we spent a good part of the second period in our own zone. You have a 2-0 lead with half the game to go. You take penalties. Give them an opportunity.
Todd, what was more frustrating for the team? Was it the timing of the penalties in the game or the execution on those kills and failure to clear the puck?
It was just taking the penalties. Took 2 in the offensive zone, and again, the last one, just not good.
Todd, I think it was 9-2 in penalties. You had 1 power play tonight. Any issue with the overall of the way it was? It went?
I thought there was a couple earlier in the game that Savard's interference and I think Foligno's hook that to me were questionable. But you go back and look at the other ones, and I think they're deserved.
Tougher to swallow than the 5-2 games where you weren't in it much, or is this
I don't know. This one's still fresh. Tough to compare it to the other ones. It's just really disappointing.
Todd, we talked about reaching the halfway point. Do you feel after these 3 losses that maybe it's glass half full a little bit right now, as opposed to, or glass half empty as opposed to half full?
Again, I'm not. It's just disappointing. This one bothers me. The way that we found a way to lose this game.
Coach, you're a team that's still trying to generate more scoring chances, shots during the course of the game over the last 3, but you did get another goal from Kevin Connaughton. Are you surprised how much offense you've been getting from the blue line?
Our defensive still like to find ways to get more pucks through from the back end. But obviously he's done a good job contributing in the offensive zone and getting pucks behind the opposition's goalie.
Todd, building on that, obviously the focus was in generating more offense, more shots on goal. How disruptive were all those penalties to that tonight?
Well, that was disruptive, but we spent battles. The first battle, their sticks were better than ours. They were able to get their sticks on pucks, knock it away from us, and we had to spend more time in our own zone. We had a couple, maybe 2 shifts in a row in the second period where we put it into their zone. We forechecked, created some turnovers, generated a little bit of momentum, but spent a lot of time in our own zone. Some of it was based off of penalty kills, spending too much time in the box.
Can you speak specifically to Dubinsky's penalty? A veteran player in that situation in the game, going seemingly out of his way for that. Just how do you handle a veteran player who makes a decision like that at that stage of the game?
It's just, all the penalties in the third period, just bad penalties.
There's head coach Todd Richards talking after his team's 3-2 loss to the Montreal Canadiens. I'm joined right now by Jody Shelley. Jody, this is the 3rd loss in a row. The other 2 were lopsided. This is one that gets away in the third period. Which of those is hardest to take?
This one is hard to take, I think. I mean, because it's the freshest. They just had a couple days of practice. Felt like they controlled the pace the first 10 minutes of the game. They had a 1-0 lead in the third period, over the halfway mark of the third period. Penalties, shot themselves in the foot, gave a good team opportunities, and you can't do that. The Blue Jackets know better than that. Give up those chances too many times, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. It's exactly what they did. They know better than that. The veterans are disappointed. The whole team is disappointed with how the outcome, but how they let this one get away. Because if they could have got it, the win, playing the way that they were, kind of hanging on, not really getting a lot of shots, it would have been okay. Let's improve. We got the 2 points and move on. But now it's back to no points, 3 goals in a short span, and they were all opportunities that were given away. And it's just it's too bad, really, Bob, because you thought they were going to get some grip here tonight. Original 6 team. They played 2 more Original 6 teams, which is exciting. Let's be honest. It's exciting to have these teams in your building, Montreal Canadiens, New York Rangers. But now, once again, they've got to push this behind them and get ready for the next task, which is going to be a tall one.
As you talked about, the fact that you lose this game the way you were playing, it brings back into light the shot totals. They are not high. And it's one thing not to have a lot of shots. And, maybe there are some games you can walk away from it and say, you know what, we had a lot of opportunities that didn't show up on the shot clock. There are other games that you look at and you say, that's just not going to cut it. And I think these last couple of games have been, this isn't going to cut it. They weren't able to possess the puck as much as they wanted to in this game, especially in the latter part of the game. How do you change that?
Yeah, too much zone time. You change it by skating, and Todd Richards has been saying this over and over with his coaching staff. And you could see Matty Calvert skating. You saw Sean Collins out there with Morin generating that goal with Wimberg, the Connaughton, the first goal. Depth players doing that. Johansson gets that nice shot on the power play. It's all great, but there needs to be more. When the Blue Jackets are playing their game, it's wave after wave after wave. It's relentless, and there's no let-up. And the things that don't phase them are the goals, the late goals, the power play goals against. It doesn't seem to phase them when they're playing that way. Right now, they're not on that game, and it's the skating game.
Yeah, you're right. Early this morning, you basically said this has to be a 4-line game, and you do have to have those waves. They had, the surf wasn't good for them tonight. There was just a couple of waves. All right, Jody, thank you very much.
Thanks,
appreciate it. Final score, once again, 3-2. Blue Jackets lose to the Montreal Canadiens. That'll do it for our coverage at BlueJackets.com. But the Tim Hortons postgame show continues after this on the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.